Okay, here we are. We're here in my shop, and I'm going to do another experiment as far as pulling welds apart. I have been busy, as you can see, working on my Bearhawk fuselage. Been putting in all the diagonals and the V-tubes and all the different parts and pieces. I'm finding out very quickly that it doesn't take any shorter time to cope and fit a small tube as it does a big tube. So it's still taking a little bit of time, but it's well worth it. It's turning out really good. I'm pretty happy with the progress. If you remember, in a previous YouTube video, I had taken a test and had pulled apart a weld that I made out of 3/4 inch tubing, 35 thousandths. And this is the result of the pull apart. It's basically about like this. And what I'm going to do, and that's what it ended up with. And what I'm going to do now, since I have a variety of welding rods, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. This was ER76, ER70S6 rod that I used on this. I'm going to use, I've got some RG45 over here. This is my bundle of RG45. This is a bundle of ER70, it's ER70S2, I believe. Yep, ER70S2. It's tagged on the end. And also down here I've got a box of RG60 that I'm going to use as well. So I'm going to make three, oh, there it is, sneaking around, there's the RG60. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make three different coupons in addition to the one that I already busted apart. I'm going to go ahead and do three more tests, one with each one of the other rods I haven't tried yet. This is the fixture that I made to put the tubes in. And basically what this is that's a piece of 7/8 by 58 thousandths chromoly. And being the really cool people that they are that design this stuff, this piece of 3/4 just, oops, I'll stick this one in here, a little bit of ridge in there. This piece of 3/4 just happens to slide just absolutely perfect in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to standardize this a little bit. I kind of measured the old one. I wasn't really sure about the measurements, so I went ahead and measured the old one. And I figure it's about 3¼ inches long, that's the length of this piece. And then I'm going to put that as a cross piece. And then have these two pieces, weld them together, and then put them in the fixture. And they'll eventually end up like this. Oops. Come on, get down in there. I'll get down in there and I'll put the other one in this side, and then we'll pull that apart, see what it does, and then we'll do it 2 more times for the other 2 pieces. Unfortunately, I only have one of these setups, so I can't make them all at once, and I do have to weld around the perimeter on the outside, right around here, to weld the tubing so it holds. As you can see, this is what happened here last time when I welded it. It doesn't focus very well, does it, up close? No. So, and that's what it was cut off. So I'm going to go ahead and do that 3 more times, and we'll see what happens, and I'll go ahead and record those and post them on YouTube for the 1 or 2 people that might be interested in it. I've been fascinated with the welding process for a long time, and I'm just now learning how to do all this stuff. And I can read the books for hours about the old guys that used to do the welding basically in their sleep, and those beautiful, beautiful joints that they made in aluminum and in steel. So that's it. I didn't do any special prep work. The only prep work I did was just like I'm doing on the fuselage. I deburr the cope place, and then I just kind of clean it up a little bit, tiny bit with a wire wheel. I'll take some acetone and make sure there's no residue off the things, and then we'll weld them on to the things, make sure they're nice and straight, and we'll pull them apart. And that is it for that. We'll see you when we pull this thing apart.